welcome back to my channel. So, should you buy an e-bike? The first time I heard about e-bikes was about 2 years ago. At the time, I had an electric scooter that I got because I was really sick, suffering from chronic Lyme. So I needed something that could just throttle me around and give my puppy some exercise. But then a friend suggested, why don't I try an e-bike? So at first, because I didn't know how e-bikes worked, I thought I would have to pedal. And again, I was barely able to walk. Of course, I'm not gonna be able to pedal. But then upon doing a lot of research, I did find out that you can use e-bikes like motorcycles and just use the throttle. And then that way I could still get outside, be in a seated position instead of standing up on my electric scooter, be comfortable. So I decided to go for it. This is my reason for getting an e-bike, but what is yours? Before we dive into the nitty-gritty things of this video, let's roll the intro. So what is an e-bike exactly? An e-bike is essentially just a regular bike with a battery and a small electric motor. The rest of the components are identical to that of a regular bike. You get pedals, you get a derailleur for changing gears, you get a chain, etc. When you start pedaling, it'll trigger a sensor that tells the motor to turn on, which supplements your natural pedal power. Most e-bikes have 3 to 5 levels of pedal assist so that you can choose how little or how much you want for your e-bike to help you. Some e-bikes also have a throttle on the handlebars, and this could be a thumb throttle or it could be a twist throttle, which allows you to ride your bike like a motorcycle. And my preference is a twist throttle, but we all have different preferences. An e-bike is gonna help you go faster if you have a long commute. Or let's say you have a meeting and you don't wanna get to work being a sweaty mess, you can just use throttle. So there are laws and regulations that limit the speed and power of e-bikes. And they're different for Canada, for China, but I'm just gonna focus on the United States one. So in the United States, there are a set of rules that are rather confusing, but we're lucky because still the laws and regulations are still in the gray area. And they're gonna vary by the jurisdiction. But okay, what the 3 classes are: Class 1, you cannot have a throttle and the top speed is 20 miles an hour. For Class 2, you can use a throttle, but the speed limit is also gonna be 20 miles an hour. And then Class 3 is no throttle again, but you can get to 28 miles an hour on pedal assist.
When carrying cargo or groceries, thanks to the assistance of the motor, you don't really notice the weight. There is a study out there that shows that e-bike owners get more exercise compared to regular bike owners. Owners riding e-bikes seem to enjoy it more as they can go further, explore more, and not have to kill themselves with achy necks or neck, burning legs. So for example, most of my customers at Terra Pro Cycle are in the age ranges of 55 to 70 years old. And this probably has to do with the accessibility that e-bikes provide. Maybe you love to go out and exercise more, but you can no longer go on rides on a regular bike. Maybe your knees hurt, maybe your back, and your fitness isn't where it used to be on your 20s and 30s. Maybe you just want to lose weight, but you don't want to kill yourself doing this with crazy cardio. With an e-bike, you can get a low intensity and enjoyable cardio workout. So there are a lot of people out there that can't drive cars. So let's think about people with DUIs, people that just can't afford a car. E-bikes aren't cheap, but still they are way cheaper than buying a used car. They are expensive compared to regular bikes, with entry-level e-bikes starting at $1,000. And maintenance is super cheap compared to cars. So here I'm trying to debunk the myth that says that an e-bike is cheating. Oh my God, I think this is just whatever. It's not true. So yes, you know, like with an e-bike, you can just choose how much or how little exercise you get. You can pretty much go anywhere that a regular bike can go. There are all kinds of e-bikes out there to suit your every need. From skinny tires, fat tires, e-bikes for cargo and utility, trikes, folding e-bikes. So guys, I hope I convince you about getting yourself an e-bike. I promise you won't regret it. For a future video, if I did, for a future video, I will make a buying guide to help you in deciding which e-bike to get. I will be showing you models that I have on my store at Terra Pro Cycle, but I will also show you the most popular brands out there. Guys, I am constantly doing research, watching YouTube videos, reading, getting in touch with manufacturers. So I'm pretty resourceful and I have a lot of information on all kinds of e-bikes. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. Please consider liking and subscribing, as this really helps my channel and it helps me to keep making videos like this one. So always remember, think smart and turn green. And whatever you're doing, happy riding!